All right, everybody. So this is the video for the Sedimentary Rocks packet worksheet that I gave out. So starting with number one, it says a mixture of rounded pebbles and sand was deposited in a river. Over time, these sediments were compacted and cemented together to form the sedimentary rock what? So I know I'm looking for a sedimentary rock, right? And there are things in this problem that lets us know what type of rock it is. The fact that it says a mixture of rounded pebbles and sand were deposited in a river. Over time, these sediments were compacted and cemented together, right? So when I see mixture of rounded pebbles, right? I see already rounded fragments, you can tell right here, right? And we know that this rock consists of pebbles, cobbles, or boulders embedded in sand, silt, or clay. The sand was it was a mix of rounded pebbles and sand. So that lets me know it could either be breccia or conglomerate, but rounded fragments is with conglomerate. And so that's why the correct answer is choice one for A. All right. For number two, they say base your answers to the following questions on the three bedrock outcrops below and on your knowledge of earth science. The outcrops labeled 1, 2, and 3 are located within 15 kilometers of each other. Lines A, B, and CD represent unconformities. Line XY represents a fault. No overturning of the layers has occurred. All right. Which process can produce a brown siltstone layer? So they told us that these are rock layers. And when I see a siltstone, I have to look to find out, wait, siltstone is what type of rock? When I'm looking, siltstone is under sedimentary rocks, right? We see right here, siltstone, sedimentary rocks. So siltstone is a sedimentary rock and it's a clastic rock, right? That means that it goes through compaction and cementation. How do I know this? Look at your rock cycle. Look for sedimentary rock. Look at the processes before sedimentary rock. So you see right here, it says, right here, it says compaction or cementation. That is one of the key processes to make a sedimentary rock. So when I'm looking, I already see, I'm seeing pooling, solidification, of mafic, or felsic. That is incorrect. All right, for A and B, it can't be that because siltstone is a sedimentary rock that's created from compaction and cementation. So I see compaction and cementation in C, and I see it in D. Now, the difference between C and D is one has a size range of 0.006 to 0.2 centimeters. The other one has 0.0004 to 0.06. So where can I find the grain size of sedimentary rocks? Take a look. And when I check and see, take a look. Siltstone has a grain size, take a look. It says right here, 0.0004 to 0.006. When I look at my option, I have to choose the one that matches. And so take a look. When I see what matches of siltstone, it matches directly with this number right here. So the correct answer is choice D. All right. Number 3. So number 3, it says base your answer to the following question on the photograph below and on your knowledge of earth science. The photograph shows a sandstone erosional feature that formed near the Grand Canyon in southwestern United States. What is the range of grain sizes that are most commonly found in rock making up this feature? So there's something in this reading that has to let me know what type of rock is in this feature. So when I'm reading, automatically I see sandstone. Sandstone. And what type of rock is sandstone? When I look at my reference tables, I see sandstone is right here. Now the question is asking, what is the range of grain sizes? What is the range of grain sizes? So when I'm looking for the range of grain sizes, I'm going to look at my reference tables. I know I'm talking about sandstone, and when I look at the range size, take what I see. 0.006 to 0.2. And I just have to match it. Which option has that? Choice B, 0.006 to 0.2. So it's important to make sure when you have a reading, they give you clues as to what type of rock it is. Let's look at number 4, all right? Which map symbol is used to represent rock that formed as a result of the evaporation of seawater? There is only one type of rock that is formed from the evaporation of seawater. It's a sedimentary rock, and it is called crystalline. It's a crystalline sedimentary rock. And when I look, let's see where I see crystalline. So I see this rock, the crystalline here, crystalline here. So it's either could be rock salt, rock gypsum, dolostone, or limestone. Now, which of these map symbols do I see here? Which of these map symbols do I see here? And the only one that makes sense that I see when I'm matching them up, the only one that I see is choice B. Choice B is what I see. How do I know that? Look at the symbol for map B with these tiny squares. And if you take a look, the tiny squares is located right here. Right over here. Right here. And it is rock salt. Okay? So you have to be able, once I know, if you take a look, the clue that helps to getting this problem. Once I know evaporation of seawater, that lets me know it's a crystalline rock. As a matter of fact, you see a word that's similar to evaporation of seawater, evaporate. Look, it says the word evaporites. So that lets me also know that it has to be one of these over here. And the map symbol was rock salt, choice B. Number 5, which elementary rock, which element is always found in bioclastic sedimentary rocks? Which element is always found in bioclastic sedimentary rock? So I'm going to look where it says bioclastic sedimentary rock, all right? And when I take a look right here, I know that there's two that says, one that says crystalline or bioclastic, and then there's one that's purely bioclastic. And when I look at a bioclastic rock, I look under composition. Composition tells us what that rock is made up of. It tells us the mineral, right, that makes up, or the element that makes up that rock. So I see the word carbon here for a bioclastic rock. So when I look here, my best answer is choice C. And all living things have, if all living things have carbon in it, and so because of the fact that this type of rock has some organic material in it, right, plant remains, it makes sense that it's going to have carbon. And number 6 to 8, all right, it says identify the name of the mineral that makes up rock salt and describe one use of this mineral, all right? So rock salt, this word rock salt is a sedimentary rock. So when I go to my reference tables, I look at rock salt and I look under composition. Composition is going to tell me the mineral that it's made up of. So for number 6, part of my answer is highlight. So I know the mineral that makes up rock salt is highlight. Now, when it says describe one use of this mineral, okay, I'm going to enter into a new page of the reference tables. I'm going to go to page 16. Because when you go to page 16, it's a page that just tells you the properties of common minerals. It gives me the uses, distinguishing characteristics, common colors, etc. So when I look under highlight, look under the uses for it. What are the uses for highlight? It's a food additive, which you could have written down, and you could have written down it melts ice, which is perfectly fine. Now it says identify one process that formed rock salt from the shallow inland sea that covered parts of New York State. Okay, so when I look at rock salt on page 7 of the reference tables, right? I see rock salt. I'm going to look under comments because comments tells me just some interesting information about the rock. Sometimes the comments can even tell you what basically the rock consists of, like how it was formed, things of that nature. So it says crystals from chemical precipitates and evaporates, right? So this word, I could have chose 2 processes. I could have chose 2. One of the processes that I see, where I see the word precipitates, I could have said, okay, precipitation, right? That's a process that takes place, okay? I could have also said, I see evaporites. Evaporites look similar to the process of evaporation. So I could have also said that as well too. And then the other thing I could have added, because it's a crystalline, right? It's a crystalline rock. Rock salt is a crystalline rock right here. And we know crystallites are formed from the evaporation of seawater. So crystalline rocks, you could have even said, goes through the process of crystallization. Any one of these 3 processes would have been fine. All right. So the other thing I see here, so it says describe one negative environmental effect that results from the mining of salt in Syracuse. When I'm reading the statement, I'm reading the paragraph, one of the things I notice is that it says right here, early production of salt involved heating the salty water behind by burning wood from the surrounding area. So that means you're taking trees, you're cutting trees down, and you're burning them. So one negative environmental effect that you could have stated is deforestation, right? Which basically means you're dwindling vegetation, which means the plant life is decreasing, right? You could have also said that animals' habitats or ecosystems are being destroyed. You could have said that as well too. Forgive me for the typo. All right. You could have said ecosystems are being destroyed. I know I spelled it wrong and it's hard for me to correct it with the process I'm using. All right. So that's all it is for sedimentary rocks. All right.